So we're rolling now, so I'll just get you to say and spell your name.
Rosalind Callihu, Rosalind Callihoo.
Very good. And so now, you can just introduce yourself to me as if we've never met. And
Okay.
your role with that MCNS.
Okay. My name is Rosalind Callihu. I'm the great-great-granddaughter of Michelle. I'm a board member of Michelle Callihu Nation Society. I'm Treaty 6 descendant, and I live here in Edmonton.
That's great. That was awesome. I'm going to get you to do it one more time, not
Okay.
because of anything you did, but because a motorcycle went by and I could hear it in my headphones.
Oh, you're kidding.
So it's not terrible. Like
Okay.
We have it once, but we may as well try for a clean
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Okay, my name is Rosalind Callihu. I'm the great-great-granddaughter of Michelle Callihu, who signed Treaty Number 6 in 1878. My role on Michelle Callihu Nation Society is a board member, director.
That's great. And now we have a plane, so we're just going to give that a second. We're getting all the modes of transportation. La 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 la.
Yeah.
A jet. There we go.
Yeah.
Can you hear it too? It's really loud in the headphones.
Yes, I can hear it.
Okay. This is funny. This is for the blooper reel. Okay.
Should I do it again?
No, we got
Okay.
your stuff was great.
Okay.
It's just that as I was going to ask you the next question, the plane came over. Okay, so a lot of planning, hey, led to today and today's event. How are you feeling?
I feel I'm very excited, very emotional. Yes, it was a lot of planning. It's historical to think that the people of Michelle Callihu, the former band members, the treaty descendants, are picking up their treaty annuity for the first time since 1957. And it's overwhelming at times to know the steps that are being taken to recognize us as the treaty descendants.
And I mean, you're a director on the board. Is it okay for me to ask you what brought you to the table? Like what first brought you to the group?
In 1982, I was one of the original, I guess, people that started questioning. My late grandfather used to always talk about his mineral rights. He was a victim. I'll say victim because there were no survivors at that time recognized at residential school. He left the reserve in 1928 due to the fact he didn't want his kids to have to go through that experience. It caused much grief. And he was looking for a better way of life because the restrictions on the reserve at that time were so damaging. You know, you couldn't do anything. So I grew up with my grandparents. He didn't speak about residential school very much, but in the late 1980 about, so his last few years of his life, he talked more and more about the mineral rights that he had given up, and he didn't think they were given up. So we started in my family doing research. We reached out to other members of the former Michelle band. We even put ads in the newspaper to try and find out who they were. We had a petition signed by as many people as we could find at the time. And my sister-in-law and I went to Ottawa, and we spent a week in the archive. I didn't understand what enfranchise meant at that time. I didn't understand treaty. So that was 1982. So basically, for over 40-some years, I've been knocking on Canada's door, very vocal to listen to us. And I'm grateful that Troy and his team at Region ISK has finally given us that opportunity to speak. So that's what brings me here today. And it's quite an emotional journey.
That's an incredible, like, thank you for sharing all of that. That's very powerful. Actually, you made me just forget my next question because I was so wrapped up in that. Let me just check that we're all good here. Yes, we are. So, I kind of want to, like, what a journey. That's a long time. Like, what resolve, what strength you have shown. Like, now that there's some movement, like, does it seem easier? Does it seem easier to push ahead? I mean, I don't want the question to be leading, but I think you know what I mean, right?
It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
I never believed we would ever get here. I never for a moment thought that our people could see some hope, some light at the end of the tunnel after all these years. Yeah, I'm very hopeful. There is that resolve, and now it's up to us. It's up to us, and Canada has been, the team, the IS team has been so gracious and helpful in leading us along and helping us understand and believe. It's difficult, you know, when Canada says something and to say, okay, we're going, you know. So, but it's overwhelming, and yet there's a warmth in my heart to have this moment. Yeah.
So the construct of today, right? The thing that brought people first in the door was the treaty annuity payment, right?
Yes.
And then obviously the information and everything else is
Yes.
very important. But for the next treaty annuity payment event, what do you think it's going to look like?
I think we're going to have so many more people. With Bill C-38, we could have another 1,200, 1,500 members that would be able to pick up their treaty annuity payment. What's astounding to me, some of us received our status in 1985, 86 with Bill C-38. I heard some members today, $175. They've probably never collected their treaty annuity payment. And I think what has to be remembered is, although they had their status, they didn't understand. You know, a lot of people didn't understand this is what it entitles me to, because we're so scattered. So I think it's going to be amazing, and it'll be huge celebration. Yeah.
So I know you've still got tomorrow, right? Are you
Yes.
going to be here tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but when you look back, like say a year from now, on these 2 days, like what do you think the first thing that comes to your mind is going to be?
The youth, the younger people that will be coming through the doors. Yeah, the younger generations that can say, yes, I'm finally home, I'm acknowledged, I am, you know, truly acknowledged by Canada as a status Indian. Yeah, a treaty Indian. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
And wow, I feel like you've covered everything I had in my questions, but is there anything more you want to add? Because the floor is yours.
Thank you. I just, I'm hopeful, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to be in exploratory discussions, and I'm hopeful the minister will recognize and make the decision to create the Michelle Band again under our bill our submission. Yeah, that's what I'm hopeful for myself and all our future generations and the rest of the people that have been waiting a long time for this. So, yes, I'm very hopeful.
That's great.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I really appreciate you taking the time,
Thank you.
and I really appreciate like what you shared with us.
Thank you.
You know, I really appreciate it.
Okay.
And